From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, November the 8th, 2017. The head of the Palestinian Authority police in the West Bank said today that security coordination with Israel has been restored. This after the Palestinians said they were suspending that cooperation back in July. If you recall, Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas had announced the suspension after Israel installed new security measures at the Temple Mount in Jerusalem's Old City, following the murder by Palestinian terrorists of two Israeli policemen outside the holy site. PA Police Chief Hazem Atala told journalists in Ramallah today that cooperation returned to normal about 2 weeks ago. And COGOT, Israel's coordination of government activities in the territories, posted on social media today about coordination with the Palestinians, showing how COGOT helps Palestinian olive harvesters in the West Bank. They also posted video from a special event hosted by the American consulate in Jerusalem last week, where some 100 Palestinian women, including from Gaza and the West Bank, sold their goods at a bazaar held at the Ambassador Hotel in Jerusalem. Organizers said the event empowers women and supports the Palestinian economy, adding that a flourishing economy can promote peace. The special prosecutor looking into the death of Alberto Nisman said it must be investigated as murder, and he also identified a suspect in the case. Nisman, who was Jewish, was investigating the 1994 deadly bombing of the AMIA Jewish Center in Buenos Aires. His body was found on January the 18th of 2015, hours before he was to present evidence that then-President of Argentina, Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, had covered up Iran's role in the terror attack. Nisman's death was made to look like a suicide, but most believed that he was murdered. Today, Argentine Special Prosecutor Eduardo Tayano said Nisman's death must be formally classified as a homicide. And Tayano also named an employee in Nisman's office, Diego Lagomarsino, as a suspect. Lagomarsino told the court back in 2015 that he had given a gun to Nisman so that he could protect himself. But Tayano charges that Lagomarsino in fact provided the gun to be used to stage the fake suicide. Israel's Deputy Foreign Minister Tzipi Hatoveli is in the U.S. this week, speaking at a number of colleges in an effort to combat the BDS, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions movement that seeks to delegitimize the State of Israel. Last night she spoke at New York University, and Monday night she was supposed to speak at the Hillel branch of Princeton. But that speech was canceled after pressure from a group called Alliance of Jewish Progressives, who cited Hatoveli's right-wing views. Hatoveli ended up speaking at Chabad of Princeton instead. Her office said today that the president of Hillel International, Eric Fingerhut, personally expressed his regret over the Princeton Hillel incident to Hatoveli when she spoke at NYU's Hillel last night. Her office released a statement saying that Deputy Minister Hatoveli, who believes in cooperation with all Jewish organizations in America, explained to him what happened at Princeton was unacceptable and said there must not be an internal boycott against Israeli representatives. Fingerhut and executive director of Princeton's Hillel, Rabbi Julie Roth, wrote an op-ed published yesterday in the Jerusalem Post, saying that the event had been postponed because it had not been reviewed by Princeton Hillel's advisory committee, but adding that that was not a good enough reason to postpone the event, and they wrote, "For that mistake, we apologize," adding that Hillel International stands squarely behind the value of hearing from the Jewish state's elected leaders. An Israeli hospital is the world's first to employ an MRI built specifically for babies. Shaarei Tzedek Medical Center in Jerusalem recently installed the special magnetic resonance instrument called the Embrace. in its neonatal intensive care unit. The device makes it possible to perform high-quality MRI tests on infants without the need for anesthesia and providing a safe environment, much like an incubator. Shaare Zedek, by the way, delivers 22,000 infants a year, reportedly more than any other hospital in the world. Jewish-American comedian Jerry Seinfeld announced that he will bring his stand-up comedy to Israel next month. Seinfeld will perform 2 shows at Tel Aviv's Menorah Mivtachim Arena on December the 30th. He last performed in the country in December of 2015. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, November the 8th. At 7 o'clock, an overview of the creation and history of Israel by Union College professor Dr. Stephen Burke. And then at 8 tonight, Mark Golub hosts a 2-hour JBS celebration of the Balfour Declaration with special guests, former Israeli ambassador to the U.S. Michael Oren, and the executive vice president of the President's Conference, Malcolm Hoenlein, who join Mark and NYU law professor Thane Rosenbaum and Micah Halpern to talk about the significance of the historic declaration. And then at 10 tonight, President of the Shalom Hartman Institute of North America, Yehuda Kurtzer, talks about the evolution of the idea of a Jewish homeland from the Shalom Hartman Institute in Jerusalem. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, Micah Halpern hosts Thinking Out Loud. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, November the 8th, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader.